Hello! I hope this is working. The camera is propped up on a folded up pool chair, so I hope it doesn't fall. We'll see. Hi, my name is Abby Taylor. As you may be able to tell, I'm not able to attend the banquet today because I'm on vacation in Croatia. I'm actually in Spain right now, but I'm getting there. I was very upset when I found out that I would be away for my senior banquet, as I may or may not have been mentally planning this speech since 4th grade. I started at AJS Pancot at the end of 2nd grade and took classes for a while. In 4th grade, I was invited to join preteen. At that point, levels 3 and 4 did not exist. There was simply preteen and then on to level 5. I must say that was the easiest year of my gymnastics career. The hardest part I remember vividly though. I was on the trampolines, afraid to do a back handspring by myself, and I just kept stopping to tighten my ponytail so tight that the coach thought I would rip all my hair out. Then came level 5. At my very first mock meet, I wore my hair in a high ponytail, which I never did. I don't know why I wore it like that day. In my floor routine, my hair got stuck under my hands in a back extension roll, so I fell. And despite the fact that I made them consistently in practice, the coach would not let me compete floor in my very first meet ever. I believe I was the only girl not competing floor. In order to make sure something like that never happened again, my mom and I came up with a hairstyle that would keep the hair out of my way. Princess Leia buns. And I wore them like that through my entire career until this year, actually. Thanks, Missy. I stayed on level 5 a second time, but only for one meet. On the very first day of level 5, part 2, Miss Kyla said to do round-off back handsprings on floor, and for whatever reason, my body said no thank you, and I wouldn't do them. Remember this, it will return. It only lasted for a few weeks, but then I was back and better than ever. Then came level 6. Level 6 was pretty smooth as far as I can remember, except for flyaways. Basically, if you haven't picked up on it, my entire gymnastics career also goes by the name of, what is Abby scared of now? Another vivid memory is with my trusty old pal, Miss Kyla. I had a private, and my first assignment was just 5 flyaways in a row. However, when I didn't go for one, I had to start over and add one more to the end. This became my only assignment. I did not like doing 12 flyaways in a row. The first meet I competed in level 6 was wintertime in Brandywine. I was so afraid that right before my turn on bars, my teammate composed and sang an inspirational song for me right then and there. When I landed the flyaway, I didn't even salute. Miss Kyla and I literally just immediately broke into tears and laughed. Then came level 7. Level 7 was the start of series on beam, and man, they got me. I would do them, but not without several minutes of fidgeting and sweaty palms. Giants were also rough, but a pretty smooth year in general. Level 8 was pretty good too, except for the fact that I broke my foot the day before regionals, on the last event, on the last skill. I did vault, bars, beam, and floor, but in my floor routine, my back full was not the best, so my coach just said to do 3 more. So I did 1, and I did 2, and then on the 3rd one there was a panel mat in the corner, and half of my foot landed on it, and half of it did not. And my foot didn't like that, so it broke. It was traumatic. About 2 weeks later, my family went on a 5-week trip to Europe. And as a family that never goes on vacation, with the exception of the beach on occasion, this was a huge deal, and it was amazing. The week after I returned, I went to the beach for 1 week. With the combination of breaking my foot and vacationing, I was left 2 months out of practice. On the first day back, there was this guy at the gym, and apparently he was our new coach. That would be Troy. Soon after, Amanda came. At that point, I was a level 9. Troy and Amanda had a very different coaching style than what we were used to, and it was really tough. They really pushed you to be the best you could be. For the first few weeks, I was fine. but then I began to have trouble connecting my back handspring series on beam. Over the next few weeks, this fear of going backwards started to seep into every event, except vault. Vault is the only thing that has stayed the same the whole time. I lost everything. Like everything. I couldn't do a round-off back handspring on floor. I still can't do a round-off back handspring on floor. I couldn't do a back walkover on beam. I couldn't do giants on bars. Every core skill was lost. I'm very hard on myself, so losing all these skills was pretty terrible, because it didn't make sense. I'd been doing these skills for years, why wasn't I able to do them now? I tried everything to fix my troubles, but unfortunately nothing quite did the trick. I would cry most practices, and then go home and cry some more, every single night. Troy and Amanda were very understanding with my difficulties, which I cannot be more grateful for, as well as for sticking with me as long as they did. But I'm not the only girl on the team. At the end of the season, I had to go. I was slowing the other girls down, which was true. I could either go back to level 8 or try Excel, a new program that was starting the following season. With as many skills as I lost, I felt like even level 8 was too much for me, so I joined Excel. I went from 21 hours a week to 9. I was 10th grade. I lost strength, friendships, positivity, and a lot of other things. I watched my former teammates improve every day, while I somehow got even worse. I really could not stand to look for more than a few seconds before I had to turn away. I watched Rosie do a beautiful beam series. I watched Livy change her vault like 6 times in one season. I watched Liz being amazing at everything, because Liz. And then I felt the lump in my throat, and my eyes would water, and I couldn't talk for a few seconds, and then I had to get a drink. I just didn't understand why I was unable to be as good as they are. Why I used to be with them, and then suddenly I wasn't, because everything went away. Why did everything go away? I don't know. Why was I so terrible at everything? I don't know. I beat myself down every day. Basically, I was absolutely miserable. There was about 0 communication with them that year. Honestly, barely even the occasional hello. It made me very sad. On top of that, there was Missy. Basically, we didn't get along. We were on different sides of life and everything, really. I don't really know how to put it, but I didn't like you and you didn't like me. Don't try to deny it. It was very difficult. I won't go into detail. In the midst of everything negative, I gained the biggest positive of my life, and that is my Excel team. As one of the oldest girls on the team, I was a big role model for the younger girls, as every older girl is. To be honest, I was very scared of all the older girls as I was growing up. They seemed like they didn't care, and they gave some dirty stares. Through all my time in the gym, I kind of made it my goal to not be like that. And when this leadership position came up, it was my chance. I had never quite been the one who everyone wanted to be partners with, or the one who would hang out with teammates outside of gym. So to have these girls care for me as much as they did was a totally new concept for me. Man, I just lost my place. Haha. I tried to give them constant reinforcement, which I wish I had more which I wish I had more of as I was growing up, because that's how I function. All these crazy little girls accepted me with open arms and made me laugh every day. I became more friends with them than I had ever been with any of my old teammates. They all tried so hard to be better gymnasts, better teammates, and better friends. Every single one of those girls was encouraging, kind, hardworking, loving, and beautiful inside and out. They looked to me not only as a teammate, but a friend and an extra coach. They asked me for advice as well as being the people that can bring the biggest smile to my face. They range from 9 years old to sophomores, as well as a few seniors like me. I really don't think they understand that I legitimately would not have been able to stick with the sport if I didn't have their constant support. When you go from the sport taking up every free hour of your life to only having 9 hours a week, something is pulled out of you.